Ogden. Nice.
So, Ogden next, eh? I'll be glad to see him again.
His music always hurt my ears, but he was good at chin scratchers. Oh, lovely guy. Oh, look, the ferry's coming in. There'll be loads of tourists all over this quayside soon.
Well, I suppose they won't get in our way much anymore, eh, girl?
Ja. Ogden Beckett. Ogden war ein talentierter Multi-Instrumentalist, Leiter der Shamans und Silverband und begeisterter Cricket-Spieler. Als junger Mann lebte er einige Zeit in Neuseeland, kehrte aber zurück, um seine Kindheitsfreundin Sally Mapes zu heiraten. Kann man machen, ja? Da ist eine Erinnerung. Hier ist der ganze schöne Strand. Und ein Hafen. Gut, beginnen wir noch mit dem Erinnerer. Captain des Cricket-Teams von Dann.
It was the day of the island cricket match out on the volcanic sandspit. We had lost to Appledore for the past 3 years, and it was my first year as captain. I didn't want another loss on my watch. Ogden had just come back from New Zealand and told me he'd be up for it. I wasn't sure. I remembered Ogden from school. He was lanky and good in the field, but batting... not sure.
Gut, dass man das alles hört.
Ogden showed up with his own bat. He told me he'd won it in a pub in Dunedin and that it had belonged to a famous New Zealand player. I wondered whether I should put him into bat at all, but Ogden whispered to me that he'd been playing on deck all the way home. I knew Ogden wasn't a bluffer, but he was never the guy who got picked for the first team at school. Still, I had nothing to lose.
Yep.
Ogden hit a 6 with his first stroke. We went wild! And just when I thought it must be a fluke, he hit another, and another. He was a machine!
Okay.
Ogden hit so many cricket balls out into the sea that we had to stop play. We'd run out. It was a stunning win, and we carried Ogden back across the sand and into the Camel. Even though he'd won the match pretty much single-handedly, he insisted it was all down to the bat and plenty of practice. Ogden was solid gold.
Ja, Cricket ist ja sowas ähnliches wie Baseball, nur anders, komplett anders. Ich habe die Regeln noch nie verstanden oder gehört. Baseball habe ich so langsam verstanden.
How's that? What a great day that was. And we've beaten Appledore every year since. Those poor chaps never did recover from Ogden's incredible batting.
Ja, schön für euch. Hey. Keine Ahnung, warum ich jetzt ihn gefunden habe. Ich wollte eigentlich einen Ball finden. Ein Cricketball.
Hey, Morris. Remember when we found one of these heavy balls on the beach and I dropped it on your toe?
Ja, das war eine Erfahrung. Ich tue mal so, als würde ich mich dran erinnern.
I'm getting the scent of
Ja, ich
Grenkins
weiß,
again,
Grenkins
Morris.
wieder.
I'll pop up to let you know when we're close to one.
Oder du lässt es, ist mir auch recht. Hallo, Bootsmann. Aha. Egal. Henry Nakaro, Schwarzhändler und Musiklehrer.
I remember when a young Ogden asked to join the Shelmerston Silver Band. I recognised his talent immediately. He could play anything, that lad. Literally anything.
Die Tuba, wenn ich mich nicht täusche.
Eventually he settled on the sousaphone, which he always insisted on playing with his lucky bronze mouthpiece.
Ein Sausaphon, okay.
One evening after the Silver Band played a storming concert in the Camel, Ogden and Sally got it into their heads to go for a night swim in the harbour, young love and all that. Ogden left his mouthpiece behind, and when we came back the next morning to pack up, it had disappeared. It really rattled him. Ogden was worried he wouldn't be able to perform without it, but of course, next time we played, he was just as good as ever. Didn't need any lucky mouthpiece, Sir Ogden.
Braucht er nicht, nee, aber wir finden es trotzdem wieder.
He could play anything, that lad.
Ogden was so talented. A real virtuoso. Oh, I loved listening to him play.
Ugh, speak for yourself, Morris. It was a terrible racket.
Ja. Mich auch gewundert, wenn es Papa ist. Aber sonst habe ich hier keine Auswahl von irgendwas, oder? Den kann ich nicht durchschneiden. Der Seilwinde? Warum gucke ich jetzt hier alles durch? Also ich könnte mir halt vorstellen, dass es hier irgendwo ist, in den Bojen eher. Aber... eigentlich sind die Dinger doch eher dann so wie hier im Schiff oder so. Aber... die Dinger hier unten habe ich alle schon durchgeguckt. Außer den da. Ach, hatte ich auch schon durchgeguckt. Wo hier darf ich nicht durchgucken, oder ansonsten ist hier nur... alles halb gemalt. Und die beiden da hatte ich noch nicht, oder?
I remember when a young Ogden asked to join. He could play anything, that lad. Eventually he settled on the sousaphone. One evening after the silver band played, it really rattled him. Oh, he could play anything, that lad.
Okay. Okay, dann gehe ich mal zum nächsten Gedankentyp. Da ist ein Gedanken. Ogdens Witwe erinnert sich doch bestimmt an was Besonderes.
We were 14 when we started going out. Me and my friend Cassia had started a beach clean at the weekend, and Ogden turned up with his mate Godfrey. I had no idea Ogden liked me. He was the tallest in our year, and we all fancied him. By the time we reached the little cove at the north end of the beach, he'd asked me to come to a concert he was playing in. I said yes. We'd been going out for a few years. when I applied to Floristry College on the mainland. I didn't tell Ogden. I didn't believe I'd get in, and didn't want him to think I was trying to get away from him. Ogden might have looked mature and confident, but he was a gentle soul, not nearly as sure of himself as he looked.
Und dann nehmen sie dich auch noch an.
But I did get in, and he was gutted. I felt terrible. I didn't want to hurt Ogden. He said he didn't mind, but I could see he was covering. My last week on Shelmerston was really hard. Every time I saw him, it felt so strained, and I couldn't sleep. Finally, on my last night, I made a decision. I would take an apprenticeship at the garden centre on the island instead, so we could stay together. It felt like the right thing to do. I would tell Ogden in the morning.
Ja, aber dann hat er sich entschieden, auch was zu machen und...
But when I opened the door the next day, I found Ogden's sousaphone left on the doorstep. I was terrified. What did it mean? What had he done? I ran down to his house, my heart in my mouth. His mum, she never did like me, was a little bit smug. She told me Ogden had sailed off to New Zealand. He was headed to Christchurch, she said, and didn't know when he was coming back. Then she shut the door. I was more than a bit tearful, but, you know, looking back, I think we both needed to have a bit of an adventure.
Oh, wirklich.
I spent a lot of time with Sally during this period. We used to meet up quite often when she returned from Floristry College, and I was working at the museum. For a while, I thought maybe we would get together. But she always seemed a bit out of reach. Sort of distracted. Well, it makes sense now.
Ja. Ich weiß nicht, warum ich hier reinzoome. Irgendwie habe ich das Gefühl, dass ich hier jetzt richtig suchen muss. Autopunk. Ja, ich wollte die gar nicht finden. Ich wollte eigentlich nur